Well, I found myself sitting on my cozy velvet couch, had the fire going, even had an electric blanket over me, all curled up, cuddled up, doom scrolling social media, doom scrolling. And it was full of, I'll just rapid fire it. New year, new you, make a New Year's resolution. And then the very next post was, don't make a New Year's resolution. And the next post was, did you know that only 8% of people keep their New Year's resolutions? And then the next post was, you're worthy and beautiful and amazing just the way you are. Whether you do a resolution or not, you're amazing. And I'm like, oh my gosh, none of this fits into a tweet and none of this feels right for me. All right, you guys, this is the Couch to Active podcast. I'm Lyn Lindbergh, your host and the founder of Couch to Active. And today I want to share my heart around the topic of New Year's resolutions. If you are anti-New Year's resolutions, you have got to stick with me here because you're probably going to see this in a different light at the end of this. If you are pro New Year's resolutions, you're going to feel validated. And if you're just perplexed by the whole thing and the idea of a New Year's resolution totally stresses you out, you need this because this is going to uncover some of why these resolutions stress you out and maybe give you a new look at how you can really get in touch with what this stress is all about. Before we get going, I want you to do two things if you haven't done these already. Number one, open your web browser and go to our website, couch2active.com. That's couchtoactive.com. Surf around. We've got some freebies there. Learn what we're all about. That's it. So then you'll have a little more context of where this is all coming from. We're a little different. Number two, if you haven't already, there is a Couch to Active podcast app that will put an icon on your phone for Android and for Apple devices. So right now, also go to your app store, type in the words Couch to Active, and you'll see there's one there. There's a lot of Couch to 5K. Don't get confused with those. It's Couch to Active specifically. That will put an icon on your phone. That is the best way to listen to the podcast. You can highlight your favorite episodes. It'll put a little icon notification to let you know when there are new episodes. Really the best way to listen to the episode and not get lost with it in the abyss of everything out there. Yes. All right. So let's go back and see what these New Year's resolutions are all about. Typically, traditionally, when people think of New Year's resolutions and roll their eyes, we're thinking the new year comes, it's the end of the year, we're rethinking our life and we're saying, this is what I want to do. I want to lose 20 pounds this year. I want to exercise more. I want to eat more healthy. I want to drink less. In fact, that's why dry January makes so much sense for so many people, because December was like the Dungeness of gluttony December, you know? And so now in January, we're like, we're ready to fix this. Okay. Here's the thing. To the folks who are listening now, if you're listening now and you have people in your life saying New Year's resolutions are bogus, they suck, they need to go away. What I want you to do with that is ignore them. Abso-freaking-lutely ignore it. If you've got somebody in your life or social media or the news, whatever, telling you, or yourself telling you New Year's resolutions are bogus and nobody even keeps them anyway, so why try? Ignore them. The reason you want to ignore them is because that is a naysayer, negative, can't grow, can't achieve mentality. Right. It is something that fits in a tweet. That's not real life, that ignores all the gold that's here for us today. So you got to just take those naysayers, ignore them. You absolutely can ignore them. Don't let them drain your energy. Here's what I see about the New Year's resolutions. As people confuse the achievement of a resolution and the absolute perfection compliance to a resolution. People confuse that with the fact that the goal in and of itself is a worthy goal. And so why do we do this around the New Year's? Why do these resolutions come to mind besides just culturally, New Year's resolution, Let's back up to figure out why these New Year's resolutions come and why they actually are valid. We're going to back up to the United States Thanksgiving. That's kind of the marker of the beginning of the holidays. Thanksgiving comes, life gets a little crazy. We meet with friends or family for Thanksgiving. We have a holiday event. That begins that whole process of reflecting and looking at, it shines a spotlight on where we are in our life today. You know, holidays are hard for so many of us because we don't have the families we want or wish we had, or we have just flat out abusive families, or we don't have families at all, or we don't live by families, or we feel alone, or we're spending the holidays alone completely ourselves. So that's the start of it all right there. Late November, our subconscious is starting to think about all this everywhere we go. Friends, family, coworkers, you know, what are you doing for Thanksgiving? What are you doing for Thanksgiving? What are you doing? You know, and you have to answer that question 12 times. You feel like you're a high schooler who's about to graduate high school and everybody asks you what's next in your life. It's like a mini version of that. And so it starts stirring things up. Then we've got an entire month of December where we're looking forward to another big milestone, the December holidays, whatever holiday you celebrate. I celebrate Christmas, so I'm going to say Christmas just because that's what like blurts out of my mouth because that's what I celebrate. But no disrespect to all the holidays of December. Yeah, that time comes and we are again become a little overwhelmed with all the social pressures. There's the gift buying, the gift wrapping, the partying. Well, now that COVID is mostly over, the parties are starting to come back. I didn't go to a single holiday party this year. And it was actually great. I didn't realize it until after the fact. Yes. So you got the Christmas, Hanukkah, whatever. Go celebrate that. At the end of all that period, that last week of the year, globally, the last week of the year, and Europe, my friends in Europe and Canada, you are way better at this than we are here in the United States. That last week, especially of December, things shut down. Businesses are shut down, a lot of them, not all of them. Things slow down, things that you normally do every Wednesday at 7 p.m., every Tuesday at 4 p.m., those are usually shut down. You have space and room to breathe in your schedule. Most of us. Yeah. So after having a whole month of a chaos and a whole month of things pointing a spotlight at your life, subconsciously asking you to look at yourself and say, do I like my life where I am? Do I like the people in my life? When I look at a holiday, who am I hanging out with? And am I happy and fulfilled with that? Then you have this lull. And it's like the music on the dance floor has been going and going and going. And then the needle gets pulled off the record. And there's a space of quiet. That last week of the year. And there's a space to breathe and to think. And the topic of who am I? What do I want to do with my life? Where do I want to be? Is right there at the top of your mind. And then the media and social media and Instagram and so like all of them, all the things start feeding you New Year's resolution, New Year's resolution, New Year's resolution. Let's do the 10, 9, 8, 7, 6 countdown, right? These markers are real. These markers in time are real. These cultural things we do, they mean things. The things we do culturally on the outside is a way of showing what's important to us on the inside. So that whole New Year concept is a very real thing. And that's where we start thinking. Now, let's get back to New Year's resolutions. At this point in your life, whether you are a naysayer of New Year's resolutions or whether you're all in full bore, I love to do my New Year's resolutions. I don't care what you think about New Year's resolutions. Your brain is thinking about your life. And even if you're not normally a reflective person, even if you're somebody who typically goes through life a little bit like a robot and never takes time to self-reflect, and the whole concept of, living an intentional life is completely foreign, and the idea of meditating or prayer of any form is like, I don't even know what that is. All of us are thinking a little bit about if we made our lives better, what would that look like? And so that's where the resolutions come of, I want to lose weight. I want to get in shape. I want to make more money. I want what? Yeah. Here's the thing. If you typically get stressed out about New Year's resolutions and they cause you a lot of anxiety because you feel like there's this bar of perfection that you are going to set for yourself so you'll fail one more time, or if you hate New Year's resolutions because you're going to fail, so let's not even be anxious about it. Let's just poke a hole in it and not even go there. Both of those camps are missing out. Because when you look at a resolution for the New Year's, what's actually happening is you're getting a glimpse into what is important to you. What is something you would actually really like to see happen in your life? And that self-reflection is valuable, and that aspiration is valuable, and that goal is super important and valuable. So what do we do with that? Then the resolution actually has a shot of happening when we go beyond identifying the aspiration. So my friends who are naysayers of New Year's resolutions, and you're like, but, you're going to love this. Typically, a New Year's resolution is a goal aspiration without a plan or tactics behind it, without a way to actually get there. Because it's easy to envision the future, and there's a lot of stuff out there about manifesting your life. I've read the books, I'm doing the work, and there's a lot of good stuff out there too. But you also need the plan and the work and the actual tactics of how to get there, how to get to where you want to be. And the path is not a straightforward path usually. They're usually like winds and curls all over the place. You're right. If you are also somebody who this New Year's resolution piece causes you tons and tons of anxiety, part of it is you don't see a path to get to that resolution that you believe you can actually succeed in. Let me say that again. If New Year's resolutions cause you anxiety, typically you're not seeing a path to get to your resolution that you also believe you can execute on and succeed in. And a lot of times it just comes from not having the path. And so in that case, you want to bring in support. Ask yourself, okay, is this goal actually something I really want? And there's work we can do to get there. When you decide, yes, that's a goal I actually want to do, then you can look at, okay, what is the path? What will it actually take for me to do this? What are the tactics? What are the things? Having a goal of losing some weight. Well, it really is a terrible goal, moving a number on a scale, because you can move a number on the scale in a very unhealthy way. We know this, right? So we got to go deeper, go to the next layer, go to the next level, go to the next step until you're down to the actual lockstep. Here's what I'm doing on Tuesday afternoon at this time to meet this goal, because all we have is today. All we have is the present. We can't live in the future. We can envision the future. We can practice in our mind living in the future, but we only actually live in the present moment. And we can look back at our past and we can work on healing our past and how we look at our past and doing everything we can to, clip those, the parasail off of our back that's holding us back from our past. Definitely lots of good work to be done there, but the actual work only happens in the moment right here today. So here's your homework. And your homework is different depending on who you are. If you are a naysayer of New Year's resolutions, I want you to get more crystal clear on why would you ever do anything to discourage anyone in your life against thinking about doing something to improve their own life? Why would you ever take somebody's goals and dreams or hopes and dash them down and say, New Year's resolutions are dumb? Why would you do that? And why especially would you do that to people you love? Yeah. And if you're a lover of New Year's resolutions, here's your homework. Get right into the strategies and tactics of how you're going to make your resolution work. You're going to say, this is my resolution. Here's what I tactically have to do to get there. Here's the steps. Okay, now take each of those 6 main steps, 10 main steps, break them down. What are the steps under those? What do I need to do? And look at that and identify, do I need help? Do I need to bring someone in to help me? How do I be accountable for this? How am I going to make this actually work? Yeah. And for those of you who New Year's resolutions cause you anxiety, first and foremost, I want you to breathe and be kind to yourself. Be kind to yourself. Be kind to yourself. Be kind to yourself. Because a lot of times when we have a lot of anxiety, there is no on and off switch for the anxiety. You already know this. And if you're carrying a lot of anxiety, you probably already are dealing with a lot of things in your life already causing or contributing to that anxiety. And so if that's you, if New Year's resolutions causes you a lot of anxiety, here's what I want you to do. Don't roll your eyes at me, okay? You get permission to breathe. You get permission to take a pass on New Year's resolutions. And the reason you do, folks who have anxiety around New Year's resolutions, the reason you get a pass on it is because you're already thinking about all these things. You're already thinking about the future. You're already thinking, how do I improve my life? You're already thinking, how do I get through this next step? So your homework is to continue to just triple down, bring in your skills, bring in your support, bring in your physician, whatever you need to just continue to take deep, deep, deep care of yourself around this anxiety so that you're in a space where really tackling some goals can help. Yes. So there we go, my friends. If you have naysayers in your life around New Year's resolutions, you have my permission. I almost just said to tell them to go to hell. Don't actually do that. Say it in your head. Say it in your head. Tell them they could just bugger off. Yeah. Because really, we got to support each other in this. This whole health and fitness thing, it's hard enough to figure out how to do it in a way that makes it so we actually like it better. Yeah, hard enough. We don't need to do anything to make it any harder or ever naysay. And what if somebody does make a resolution and then 12 days into it, they forgot about it? So what? They had 12 days they wouldn't have had before, and that's a good thing. Don't let those naysayers drain your energy. You don't need their permission to improve your life. You can do it without them. Yes, you can. I'm going to help you get there. At Couch to Active, I specialize in exactly that, couch to active. So if you've got a New Year's resolution that you're like, you know what? secretly, Lynn, I really do want to lose the weight. I really do want to get stronger. I really do want to, gain more muscle mass and do it with a good mindset and do it in a way that I love my life more. If that feels like you, doesn't matter if you have a naysay in your life. Head on over, reach out to me, couchtoactive.com. This is really what I specialize in, is helping folks make that journey in a way that's not full of like, rah, I got to do this because I hate myself. I'm doing this because this is actually really what I want. And I know it's going to help me love my life more today. So don't miss out. Now is your time. New Year's is an excellent time to get this going. couchtoactive.com. Happy New Year.